Howdy folks, today we're playing Mono White Control and Phyrexia all will be one standard. I haven't played the new elesh norn yet and I really want to try it out, so I'm building a Mono White Control deck with a little bit more value tacked on to the elesh norn, things that enter the battlefield and get value. Spirited Companion, Ossification, Farmhand, Lord of the Third Path, Restoration of MagictheGathering. Those are our main enters the battlefield triggers that all double up with the elesh norn. We want them to be relatively cheap so that, you know, if we have 7 mana we can double them up. One of the better things about playing Mono White Control that you can kind of go lower on lands than most other decks because of the farmhand, because of the Aganjo that just naturally get planes into your hand. So you have less dead draws in the late game, which is pretty nice. And the rest of the deck's pretty standard mono white stuff. Late on Arms, Bankbuster, Wedding Announcement, Eternal Wanderer, and the Wandering Emperor is always a good combo. We'll see how this deck does in the ladder. I'm really hopeful that elesh norn can make some waves. Alrighty, we're going first. See how this deck starts off. Got an ambitious farmhand, a little bit light on land, but the farmhand's going to get us one. See what our opponent's playing. It's got a nice cool little dragon. Razor Verge Thickets. Crawling Course, a toxic deck. We just hope to avoid the fact if they have the Stinger next turn, we don't want that. If they have a Skrell's Hive we can kill with the lore, and we'd be not too unhappy about that. Tap land, okay. We'll block. So we're saying in the chorus, I don't think it should be. You're going to get a 1/1 toxic on the way back. Things actually showing position of weakness of our hand. They see that we block. So they know our hand's kind of weak to early pressure. If we had an ossification there, we definitely would have used it. Bankbuster is solid though. I'd rather play that than the Lord right now. Next time we can keep up the Wandering Emperor. And then we can minus it and play it again. We have 2 Wandering Emperor turns in a row, which is pretty nice. If they ever drop a Skrell's Hive, we can Lorn the Third Path it. Opponent is not sure what they're deciding on. They have a Ivar stand or something like that. They definitely do, seemingly. Let's keep that in mind with our Wandering Emperor. Slaughter Singer. Okay. Farmhand. Okay, that's pretty good next turn. Could play Farmhand and Bankbuster, but it's definitely, I think, worse than Wandering Emperor. Gotta imagine they have some sort of way to protect their creatures. So, yeah. It's pretty good. Gonna try to fight through whatever they have to protect their creatures right now. Because just making a 2/2 to block isn't really good. So we'll attempt to minus it to protect it with their safekeeping. That's fine. Second Slaughter Singer was really good. We were gonna be able to just play a 2/2 there, but turned out to not be the case. Alright. Elesh norn. And we'll make a 2/2. And we'll pass. We have a 4/7 that can jump in the way here. Opponent use the Tyvar stand. Which is probably one of their better ways to get rid of our elesh norn. Unless they have a removal spell for them to destroy evil. Next turn we can ambitious farmhand and Wandering Emperor, which is pretty nice. We're just gonna block both Slaughter Stingers here to prevent as much toxic as possible. I don't really think we'll die on life total, but it's theoretically possible. Theoretically possible. Oh, in the tank. Scroll Scythe, okay. We do have a Lauren for that eventually. We already have the Toxics, these are getting lifelink. The nice thing about the ambitious farmhand next turn is that, come on, you don't have a removal spell for the elesh norn. You don't need that. Annex Sentry, okay. No ETB from the elesh norn. That's good. You are going to attack though. Okay, so we'll get a block here certainly. Eat one of your stingers. Go to my turn. So I'll lead off with this farmhand. Get some planes. Take action, planes. Take action, planes. And I think this Lauren is our best play. Can get 2 artifacts with an artifact and an enchantment together. Get rid of the Annex, get rid of the Scroll Scythe. And they weren't able to get rid of our elesh norn last turn, so I'm betting they're not going to be able to this turn. We also have a Bankbuster backup. They have a Duelist. Okay, that's pretty good. What's the last card in your hand? Is it a protection spell? It's the only thing I'm truly scared of. Probably should pump this before attacking. That's what they're playing. Alright, go to my turn. Restoration's pretty good. I believe that's just enough to cast the Wandering Emperor, so we'll go ahead and do that. And our elesh norn is vigilant, so we're good to start attacking here. Maybe we should have been attacking all along. Probably true. 5 poison. So now we're mostly trying to fade a Rot Priest. These double triggers have been pretty nice. The double Lauren trigger was, got a creature off the battlefield. And also got the Scroll Scythe gone. Don't think we want to give our opponent extra draws with the Lauren, though. We have ways to get extra draws here. The Bankbuster with the Wandering Emperor. I don't know if our opponent is thinking about what to do, or if they're salty roping us, but I think we have definitely turned the corner and taken over this game. Get the first planes. Oh, it's not an ETB, so it doesn't. Okay, my mistake. It doesn't. The restoration doesn't go with the elesh norn. That's my bad. It does not combo. I thought of that backwards. Okay. All right, we'll tag with the elesh norn. We can flip the farmhand too, so that's not a bad play either. But it's not the life that we're really worried about. Alright, end the turn. Okay, they have a land, which is probably not ideal for them. Seed Core going on the Duelists makes sense. Yeah, the Duelist is something we're definitely going to try to give it the Wandering Emperor. If they have a Tyvar stand, we're going to make them blow it here. Okay. They don't have it, or if they did, they have to play it early so they know we're going to block. Alrighty. We'll take it. GG's. Alright, we're going first. We got some Bankbusters, so let's roll with it. Their opponent's on. Hopefully we don't have to Ossification on too, but if they have a Phoenix Chick or something, we'll probably do it. Opponent's mulligans. They still have a good draw. Let's see. They have a Lightning Bolt on their card, so it could be mono red certainly. What's the land they play? Storm-Carved Coast, okay. Could be, trade is it deck? Iconoclast. Yeah, that one we probably gotta kill, so lay it down and then draw with the Bankbuster. Next turn is Restoration. okay. Or we can Ossification next turn and a Swift Spear. Sure, okay. Alright, let's draw some lands. There we go. I'll get Ossification onto the Balmor. Pass the turn. Eventually we'll be able to keep up with Wandering Emperor. Cockazin, yep, it's pretty good. And Ancestral Anger. Okay, it's a redraw. Opponent's gonna get a big hit in this turn. Playing, sure, yep. So I can drop an Iganjo and a farmhand. I can drop an Elesh Norn. I can drop a Wandering Emperor. I think I'm just gonna go with the Wandering Emperor here. It's gonna be the plan. Opponent doesn't, you know, be a weird deck to have counter spells in. They still should feel like they have to get aggressive. Mono is not doing his thing yet. Yep, that's pretty good. Do you want to attack? You do, okay. We'll exile it. They probably had some spell to play there, but maybe not. Alright, Elesh Norn time. And I think we'll just make the 2/2. Block the Cockazin. Pass the turn. Next turn we get the double farmhand trigger, which is going to be pretty nice. Get some planes. Set our mana up pretty well. They do have a Fading Hope. That's what I was going to wonder about. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and crew the Elesh Norn. Or crew the Bank Buster, the Elesh Norn then. Hopefully still stop a big attack. And yeah, they didn't expect the crew, I suppose, so alrighty. GG's. Alrighty, we're on the play, and this looks solid. I'll roll with it. Planes. What you on, opponent? What you on? Green, huh? Green what? Mono green? Mono green. Sure. I think we're just gonna develop this wedding announcement. Try to get that rolling. We have some removal spells, but I don't know if we want to use on the Beast Caller or not. Adaptive, okay. Yep, getting in. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get second wedding announcement going. And kill this Beast Caller. Tyvar stands? Really? Everyone's playing this lately. It's alright, we'll just make some 1/1s. We have an Ossification and a Spirit Companion next turn. Fight Rigging, okay. Interesting. Gonna put a +1 on the Beast Caller. Looks like they are. Alright, I suppose we'll chump block. See if we draw lands. We do. Alright, we'll attempt to Ossification this Beast Caller. I think they have another Tyvar stand, which is incredible. Yeah, that's sure. Alright, we'll get this Lorn in the first path going on this Fight Rigging. No attacks. Make some big beefy tokens. What else you got, opponent? Alrighty, that's good enough. They had to do Tyvar stand for 2 removal spells, but flipping a wedding announcement, still good, so GG's. Alrighty, going first. Solid hand, let's roll. Probably gonna have to go farmhand on 2 if we don't draw lands. We did draw the land though, so we'll go Bank Buster on 2. What? Play a Bloodfell Cave and see what else they're playing. Jungle Hollow. Jund, probably? Duress. Okay, you can have a Wandering Emperor, so I think you can take. Bad we kept the Bank Buster. We'll put the Bank Buster on the field then. We can start drawing with it. Scrap Quarter, yep. Go for it. I think it's start exiling stuff. Restoration. Play a farmhand, I think. Get a plains rolling. Pass the turn. Keep drawing cards. They can cast and invoke this turn if they have it. Sheldred. Yep. Plains. Alright, hopefully we can draw a removal spell. Did not draw a removal spell. Alright, wedding announcement. Pass the turn. Plan to draw with this Bank Buster. See if we can hit a removal spell for the Sheldred. Okay, do they have a Invoke Despair too? Do they have it all? That's the question. Big score, okay. Pretty good too. Didn't discard anything that I'm too scared of them getting back with a Cruelty, so that's good. No attacks, because they don't want to tap out for the Wandering Emperor eventually. Makes sense. Eternal Wanderer. Sure, that's pretty good. Got two of them. Alright, well. This is what we're going to do. We're going to choose your Scrap Gorger.
I'll finish this here and now.
And yeah, it's going to be like that. We'll get a wedding announcement token. We can make double strikers coming up soon too. Alright, what you can exile from our yard? Wandering Emperor. Sure, we got another one in hand. We got the Bank Buster to block. They have Sheldred's Edict. They let the mana expire, so probably not. Unless they didn't want to use their treasures. They could cast an Atraxa here. Titan of Industry is also pretty good. Farmhand gone. You gonna kill one of our artifacts or enchantments, or are you gonna make some rhinos and shield counters? Yeah, you are gonna kill the wedding announcement. Sure. Shield counter on the Titan. Yep. Titan's pretty good. Hopefully we can fight through it. Got some double strikers on the way. Go to my turn. So I could exile my own Bank Buster here and keep up the Wandering Emperor. I think I'll go ahead and do that. I think we're fine blinking that. Getting the value. Getting the restoration down. Another plains for next turn. Keeping this Wandering Emperor up for this Titan. Opponent doesn't really want to attack the Titan since we have this Wandering Emperor. Yep. Bit of reunion. So they are a reanimator deck of sorts. I kind of want to keep the Scrap Gorger around because we want to be able to minus on it. And let them keep it with the Eternal Wanderer. I made red mana. What does that mean? What do they have for red mana? And a treasure. They got 2 red. They could have any combination. Burn down the house. Okay. Sure. That's fine. We have the Wandering Emperor, so we probably shouldn't attack, though. They know we have it. Paris Thunder, yeah, that's fine. I would have gone for a Bank Buster there, but, you know, their own. Okay, get another Restoration down. Get a Plains. And now we can draw and play the Wandering Emperor this turn since we have the Treasurer. Opponent's got to attack through us eventually, but they're not seeming like they're willing to. We're fine to just sit back and draw cards. Go to our turn. Discard a Plains, get it back. Ramp a little bit that way. Yeah. Play the Eternal Wanderer and just start making double strikers. Make our opponent really have to attack eventually.
I brought backup.
They could have another burn down the house. But at least we'll make them get rid of it if they do. Maybe I should have plus then. Big score. Yeah. That's probably a good argument to plus to survive the big burn down the house. Because now if they have one, I'm going to feel kind of dumb. That we might have thrown away our best chance to win. Cruelty of Gix. What do they have in their graveyard? A Sheldred? Okay. Let's see what mode they put it on. Mode 1. That means we gotta play this Wandering Emperor. You can take whatever from our hand. Probably this Lauren, which makes sense. We'd be able to kill the Cruelty. Do a way to remove our 2/2. Doesn't really matter with the Wandering Emperor to exile. Oh, dude. I don't think that's how you wanted it to go. It's still exile as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. Alright, we'll take that. So they're probably going to get a burn down the house this turn, so we're going to plus on the Architect, maybe even.
I bought us some time.
Got a double striker going.
Tell them how we greet our enemies.
They do have haste on anything, but I think that'll be alright. Let's do some more damage to him. Get Plains down, get a Spirited Companion down or two. Yeah, definitely wanted to get this Eternal Wanderer out of burn down the house range. Ossification's solid. Can pass the turn here. Return our Restoration. That way it didn't get hit by the burn down the house. That's what they get. Gotta imagine that's their best grab here. Could just play another Titan. Possible. Phyrexia. That's pretty good. Alright, what are you gonna get? They can give it haste too, so they're gonna be able to kill whatever they want. Did not anticipate them getting able to Phyrexia there. Probably should have. Kind of thought they weren't really on Phyrexia, considering that they just played Titan of Industry, but okay. Not sure if I had anything I could do against what they had there. Alright, can we draw a... Wondering if we're... No, we cannot. Duressing us. Okay. Gonna get our ossification, which is very good. But we can get that back with the restoration of our Ganjo. That's vigilance, of course. End of my turn. Get this planes out of here. Get ossification in here. Make them play yet another Phyrexia. Don't have a way to give it haste this time, at least.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Did we get anything with a Spirit Companion? Another ossification. Okay, that could be good for next turn. Potentially swing through for a lot of extra damage that they're not expecting. Alright, they're down to 13. They have a Sheldred? Yep. Sheldred's coming. They're also going to get this Phyrexia, obviously. Ooh, they have a go for the throat. Yeah, we needed them not to draw another removal spell there. Okay. They don't have blue mana for Phyrexia, though. Okay. That's good to know. That is definitely good to know. No blue mana for Phyrexia. They're probably going to try to use this treasure to get there. Jimmy, do we need to kill this 2/2? Yep. Maybe I should do a response to the Sheldred. Coming down. Alright, Ganjo flipping. Another Reliquary. Gotta play the ossification. Hit the 2/2. And we'll crew this Bank Buster. They have an Abrade here, so they use it. That is all good, but at least they we force them to use it.
Strike hard.
It means they can't discard it for Fable, so that's good. Alrighty. Need to find another removal spell for Sheldred, but outside of that, we're probably going to be doing pretty well. 2 Phyrexia, discard the Phyrexia because they can't cast it yet. They don't find a big score or a cruelty or anything like that. Fable, yeah, that's pretty good too. Lay on Arms, great draw. Get rid of the Shelly. And we're going to try to bait our opponent into blocking here.
Remember,
We have the Ganjo fade us up, but maybe they won't see it. GG. Alrighty. Going first. Looks like we got some solid hand here. Let's see what our opponent's on. Stormcarved Coast. I get this farm hand going. Get our planes. There we go. Grab the planes. One has the Adakar Waste. Okay. They have a make disappear. They probably do, but see if they do. And okay, didn't. So there we go. Get to build our board a bit. Is Jeskai control, or what are we playing against? Alrighty, we'll take a dub. Can't beat it. GG's. Alrighty, and we're back with a wrap up here with mono white control, and this is a deck that's pretty stock for the most part. Elesh Norn, maybe, and running as many ossifications and Spirit Companions and Lorens and ambitious farmhands as we do. Maybe is a little less stock, but this is mostly stock deck. And honestly, I think the meta has shifted in recent days to now being all about Atraxa and really going over the top. And if that's what people are doing in the format, this is definitely not the deck you want to play. That deck goes over the top of you every time. You can't really beat an Atraxa. Maybe you need to include Farewells into your deck. Not really sure, but you definitely wouldn't want to play exactly this version of mono white. You just really have no game there. I could see Farewell shifting your your game plan entirely, leading into Farewell, going bigger, even with more Eternal Wanderers or some Sanctuary Warden. Exiling the graveyard with Farewell. I don't think this small ball, ambitious farmhands, ossification, Spirit Companion, Loren plus Elesh Norn plan is really enough to get it done against those type of decks. So that's what I would recommend. But honestly, if they're playing that deck in general, you probably would be better off playing something that punishes them a bunch. Things like mono red punish that deck. Mono blue punishes any Atraxa deck. I mean, they just can't resolve anything. They might as well scoop as soon as they see some islands. So I'm hoping that the pendulum swings back in favor of the aggro decks, because Atraxa is a cool card and whatnot, but you only want to get Atraxa so many times playing a deck like this before it's like you're pulling your hair out. You know what I mean? But yeah. Still a deck that has some game if the metagame flips around the other way. I think you're well designed to beat other mid-range decks as long as they're not doing the Atraxa game plan. About it with the deck though. Elesh Norn was cool. It's good, but I think you could find a better shell for Elesh Norn specifically. I was trying to slot it into a typical mono white control deck, but you probably want to build something super around the Elesh Norn and making everything in your deck basically haven't entered the battlefield's triggers, so I'd keep that in mind. But yeah, thanks for watching. I would still love to play viewer deck, so you're a viewer and you have a deck you would like to submit, open the description of this YouTube video, go to the I Play Deck Google Form, open the Google Forms, submit your deck, and I would love to play it on a video here. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.